Liam and Peter Pan, the courageous rescue in Neverland. Once upon a time, in a land not too far from wonders and dreams, there lived a brave boy named Liam. Though Liam was only 6 years old, he had the heart of a lion and the spirit of a true adventurer. One night, as he lay in his bed looking up at the night sky, he felt a soft breeze ruffle his hair. He turned to see a small shadow fluttering at his window. It was none other than Peter Pan, the boy who never grew up. "Liam," Peter Pan whispered excitedly, "I need your help. Tinker Bell has been captured by the evil Captain Hook, and only we can rescue her." Liam's eyes widened with excitement. He had always dreamed of going on an adventure with Peter Pan, and now his dream was about to come true. Without a second thought, he jumped out of bed and followed Peter Pan to the window. With a sprinkle of fairy dust and a happy thought, Liam and Peter Pan soared into the starlit sky. As they flew over the city and crossed the seas, Peter told Liam all about Neverland, where boys never grew up, where mermaids swam, and where pirates like Captain Hook caused trouble. Liam listened intently, his heart racing with anticipation. They soon arrived at Neverland, where lush forests, sparkling rivers, and magical creatures awaited them. "We need to be quick," Peter said, his eyes scanning the horizon. "Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger, is anchored at Skull Rock. That's where he has taken Tinker Bell." Peter Pan and Liam landed quietly on the shore of Neverland. They snuck through the dense jungle, careful not to attract any attention. The moonlight filtered through the trees, casting shadows on their path. Liam could hear the distant sound of waves crashing against the rocks and the faint laughter of Captain Hook and his crew. "We must be very quiet, Liam," Peter whispered, "and we must be brave. Courage will see us through this." Liam nodded, a determined look in his eyes. He knew that they had to save Tinker Bell, no matter the danger. As they approached Skull Rock, they could see the imposing silhouette of the Jolly Roger looming in the moonlight. The ship was surrounded by pirates, their swords glinting menacingly. "We need a distraction," Peter whispered. "Follow my lead." Peter Pan picked up a few pebbles and threw them towards a group of pirates. The pebbles clattered on the rocks, catching the pirates' attention. As they moved to investigate the noise, Peter and Liam hurried towards the ship. They climbed up the ropes and silently made their way onto the deck. They crept along the wooden planks, hearts pounding, until they reached the ship's brig where Tinker Bell was being held captive. She was trapped in a glass lantern, her tiny wings fluttering weakly. Her light was dim, and she looked up with sad eyes. "Tinker Bell," Peter whispered. "We've come to rescue you." Liam carefully opened the lantern, and Tinker Bell flew out, her light growing brighter with each passing second. She flew around Liam and Peter, sprinkling them with fairy dust and gratitude. "We need to hurry," Peter said. "Captain Hook will be back any moment." But just as they turned to leave, they heard a sinister voice behind them. Well, if it isn't Peter Pan and a new little friend." Captain Hook stepped out of the shadows, his hook gleaming in the moonlight. He was surrounded by his crew, all of whom had their swords drawn. Liam felt a wave of fear wash over him, but he remembered Peter's words about courage. "You won't get away this time, Pan," Hook sneered. "And as for your little friend, he will make a fine addition to my crew." Liam's heart raced as he stood beside Peter, his eyes never leaving Captain Hook's. "We won't let you win, Hook," he said bravely. Peter Pan grinned at Liam's courage. "That's right, Hook. You may have your pirates, but we have something you'll never understand, friendship and bravery." With a battle cry, Peter and Liam charged at Captain Hook and his crew. The pirates swung their swords, but Peter was too quick, flying around them and disarming them one by one. Liam, too, was swift and agile, dodging the pirates' attacks and helping Peter in any way he could. As the battle raged on, Tinker Bell flew around the ship, causing mischief and confusion among the pirates. She sprinkled fairy dust on their swords, making them float away, and created illusions to distract them. Captain Hook's frustration grew as he realized he was losing. "Retreat!" he shouted to his crew. "Back to the island." The pirates hurried to obey, leaping overboard and swimming to shore. Hook glared at Peter and Liam one last time before retreating himself. "This isn't over, Pan," he vowed. "I'll get you next time." Peter and Liam watched as the pirates disappeared into the night. With the ship now abandoned, they knew they had won. "We did it!" Liam cheered, turning to Peter Pan. "We saved Tinker Bell." Peter grinned and high-fived Liam. "We sure did. And it's all thanks to your courage, Liam. You were amazing." Tinker Bell flew around them, her light shining brightly. She sprinkled fairy dust on Liam, making him glow with happiness. "Now," Peter said, "let's get you back home." With a final sprinkle of fairy dust, Peter Pan, Liam, and Tinker Bell took to the sky once more. They flew over the dark sea, the stars guiding their way. As they approached Liam's house, Peter turned to him. "Liam, you were a true hero tonight," he said. "Never forget that you have the courage to face any challenge that comes your way." Liam smiled, feeling proud and happy. "Thank you, Peter. I'll never forget this adventure." Peter Pan and Tinker Bell watched as Liam climbed back into his bed, the first rays of dawn peeking through the window. "Good night, Liam," Peter whispered. "Until we meet again." With that, Peter and Tinker Bell flew off into the morning sky, ready for their next adventure. Liam closed his eyes, his heart filled with the magic of Neverland and the courage he had discovered within himself. And so, Liam drifted off to sleep, dreaming of pirates, fairy dust, and the brave adventures that awaited him in the land of dreams.
Created by a kid and their parent using Talebot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.